Last week, bro, we were reviewing the whole podcast, or not the whole podcast. Last week, Austin came out and said a few words. Say, yo, if you want to hear my side of the story, I'll be talking about it on the podcast. Hyping up his podcast. Well, him and his brother's podcast. So yeah, I do want to get to that because it is an hour and something long. And also the fact that they said how much they made or how much they make on Snapchat in a day is crazy. So listen, if y'all have a Snapchat, make sure to go follow me, the Flores Report, please. I gotta admit, they're smart, bro. They're smart, dude. Let me just tell you, Landon makes about $50,000 a day. Austin, on the other hand, he makes over 100K a day, bro. Not a month, a day. But anyways, let's skim through this real quick.
We're gonna talk about the breakup by itself in its own chapter.
Yeah.
Let's start from boom. You're breaking up. First video on Snapchat.
So
from there,
my announcement, me and Katherine's mutual announcement on Instagram.
Boom.
Okay.
I remember that.
We put out a mutual statement together that we obviously talked about, and her and I had countless conversations of how we were gonna do it. First we were gonna come out with a YouTube video. We didn't like that. We had something else in mind, and we felt it was just best for us to, put out our own statements on Instagram, and that was that. So we did that.
Okay.
And life is crazy because
yeah, you guys see the Snapchat hat? Yeah, they were sponsored by Snapchat this episode. First episode sponsored by Snapchat.
Obviously knew what was going to come with the separation, right? I knew it wasn't going to be all positive vibes.
Well, that's duh.
Right? Unfortunately. But it comes with the territory, and when we announced it, I was getting a lot of heat, which we knew that was going to happen, right?
We planned.
So once I was getting all this heat, I knew that there's going to be a lot of tension around the breakup. And at the time, I was being inconsistent on social media. I actually took like a mental break for a while, and I was, I just wasn't focused, had a lot going on mentally. Obviously, my kids are my number one priority always, and I was just focusing a lot with my kids, and I wasn't posting much.
His kids are his number one priority, guys. Why the fuck you lying? Dude, shut up, bro. Shut up. We did not. Oh, my God, dude.
But once the breakup happened, I had to figure it out because I needed to transition.
And you need to pay bills.
And I needed to pay the bills, right? Because I knew I was going to end up being on my own, right?
For the first time.
For the first time.
Right.
So breakup happens. You and Katherine were always consistent on Snapchat, right? Snapchat they started monetizing about 2 years ago, and you and Katherine being really consistent with it, but I was on and off. And even though I knew how much Snapchat was paying, I just was never consistent until the breakup happened. Because once the breakup happened, there was a lot of tension, and I needed to figure out what I was going to do. And so, honestly, my whole goal was just showing you guys my transition from my relationship to me being a single dad. That was my mindset, was just like, how can I show them the transition? So one day, I was in the bathroom.
All right, I'll speed it up for you. I get it.
And I was actually really sick. Like, I had the flu, right? It just happened to be weird timing because my separation was around that time. And I was wearing, I remember this video like it was yesterday, because I was wearing her bonnet, Katherine's bonnet on my head. And that bonnet was just me showing my personality, right? I've always showed off me being funny and me always making jokes.
Okay.
So I had the flu, wore the bonnet, and I was snapping the process of me just day to day. So I was snapping, and I was basically just saying, like, guys, I'm super sick, and I think I have to go to the hospital to get treated because I think I have the flu.
I remember this now.
Right?
Yes.
I lay in the shower on the floor because I was really sick, but I wanted to snap it and show them what I was going through. So I posted that, and people ran with it because they were saying that I was really down bad.
Yeah, because you physically looked off.
I did.
I agree. I ran with it too. You did look off. It looked like you needed Katherine in your life. It looks like you still do. Just my opinion, but yeah, bro. You looked off. You looked off.
Looked down bad.
It looked really bad.
So it just made it that much more funny to the people, especially to someone who already doesn't fuck with you anyways.
Exactly.
They're gonna be like,
Right.
oh, he's off.
Super off. And that's what they wanted. They wanted to see me
off.
down bad. They wanted to see me fail.
Crash and burn.
They wanted to see me.
They were there for the
keywords.
downhill.
They wanted to see me crash out.
Yeah.
Right. That's what they were hoping for, and that's what they wanted.
Yeah.
So when that video got posted, it went viral in that way of them thinking I was crashing out, and a light bulb went off in my head because I realized that no one can make me more down bad than myself. So I fed into it.
Okay.
I had the internet in a chokehold. Right. I knew at that moment that anything that I was going to do, post, they were going to be watching and they were going to believe.
Right.
So next day.
He did, bro, and I'm talking about he did have the internet on a chokehold, and yeah, us dumbass people fell for it, and we paid him, bro. We paid him big money, dude. I'm telling you, $100K a day, $100K a day, bro.
Hey, I went and got an RV, a motorhome, and I parked it across the street from our house, from Katherine, right? And that went crazier than the bonnet video, right? Because people have never. I don't think anybody has ever
seen something like that.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's ever seen anybody after a breakup move across the street
in an RV
from their lady in an RV.
Right. It just sounds crazy.
Right. And basically, long story short, from that video, I kept going on with this character that I was playing. I was playing this down bad character. And it was crazy because I feel like a lot of people were relating to me because, especially a lot of women were relating to me because after a breakup, you know, no one wants to talk about it or act that way on social media, but that's how people are feeling.
Like crashing out type shit.
Yeah, people want to crash out. So I fed into it, figured out my character, figured out what I was going to post each and every day. And as I was like going through this character, I was living here in this home. So I would pull my RV into my property, into my driveway, and I would get out into the home that I'm living in now.
Yeah, and people
really thought
you were in the RV.
They really thought I was living in the RV, but little did
I didn't. Okay, to be fair, I don't know who thought he was really in an RV. Probably all the little kids that follow him. But we knew, right, guys? We knew when I was covering this situation. We knew that it was all a joke. It was all a character. All right. So yeah, he probably got a lot of you, most of you, but not all of us. Okay, not all of us. Not the adults in the room. All right, because we're like, bro, there's no damn way. Also, it just creepy vibes, dude.
they know that was just my office space that I was capitalizing on.
Right.
And that just goes to show you that people believe any and everything on the internet.
Right.
They don't even really need proof. If it just sounds good and it sounds what they want to hear, they'll believe it.
It also goes down to that a fan truly, or just anyone who consumes the content, really just cares about being entertained, right? Rather it's good, bad, negative, positive, drama, they just want to be entertained. If they came and watched whatever they're watching for whatever duration, and they felt entertained, they'll come back.
Right. And the craziest thing about, you know, my transition is that I was still experiencing my feelings through it all. Like, I was putting out this content, but I was still going through my emotions during the process. So, like, it was almost my way of coping with the breakup. That makes sense? Because I was so busy, and I was pushing content out every day for like 6 months straight that it was allowing me to somewhat heal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I was so busy.
And doing something that you actually love to do.
Exactly. And doing something that I actually love to do, being myself. I've always felt like I was, you know, making people laugh on the internet ever since the Vine days.
You were on Vine, bro? I've never seen you on Vine, bro.
So I was really enjoying myself. I was having fun with it. I had the internet in a chokehold. They were believing everything that I was posting. And even Katherine, little do people know, but Katherine was there during that process. Like, when I got the RV and was living across the street from her, I would get out of the RV when I was done posting, and I would go back inside the house because I didn't move into my house right away. That was obviously a process, right?
I mean, of course.
But she knew what I was doing, and
The fact that my boy got an RV just for Snapchat, damn. That's dedication, bro. Not gonna lie. That's dedication right there.
you know, even though she, a lot of times what I would do on the internet would be crazy, she would think I was crazy, but she also thought it was funny.
Right.
And she knew that. She knows I'm a marketing genius. She
Right.
knows. She knows.
So if you're here watching now, 95% chance you have seen the character that he's talking about. So from that character, I would like to just go straight into, should we do numbers? Should we talk numbers?
On Snapchat?
People love talking numbers. They love that shit.
Well, one thing I will say is that Snapchat, I feel like, pays better than YouTube.
Everyone knows that.
It does.
You think so?
I think
I think
that
it probably
I think
does.
Snapchat has hit.
All right, but anyways, I'm gonna skip this because yes, right here they're talking about money. They're basically talking about how Snapchat works. And I already told you guys, Landon, he said it right here. He makes like, what did they say, 50K a day on Snapchat, and then Landon makes over 100K on Snapchat. Hella wild, dude.
Co-parenting situation, which is, to me, the most important thing now, right, is to have the best co-parenting that I possibly can have with Katherine.
For the kids.
Is really a blessing. Like, I cannot be more thankful that her and I have been on the same page with our kids because, you know, after a breakup or during a breakup, like, you never know how one could feel, how one can act, and things usually do get messy. But like I said, we've always kept our kids first, and, you know, we get to see, it's a blessing because we get to see our kids every day. Like, we don't have, you know, normally, like your situation, you have a schedule with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
But with her and I, we get to see our kids every day. She lives down the street from me, I think like 5 minutes, 7 minutes the most. You know, her and I are in communication every day about our kids. You know, either I'm taking them to school and picking them up, or she's taking them to school and picking them up. We switch off. We switch off nights. Like, we see them every day, and it's really neat to see them experience life with me now, you know, and what I have going on, and them get to experience life with her when she has going on. And then we still get to come together as like a family dynamic. I think that's the most important thing that we've done as separated parents, is still attempt to come together and give our kids that family dynamics. I think that's one of the most important things you can do.
No, for
I
sure.
mean, to still see their parents, you know, communicate, laugh together, be friends, and have no hate towards each other. So I'm very blessed, and I thank God every day that her and I have been on the same page with that.
And I mean, I'm proud of both of you guys, you and Katherine, getting to that place. Like,
Didn't I say he was gonna come on this podcast and like say, say she's a great mom and she wouldn't bash her? Remember I said that, guys? Hopefully I'm not speaking too soon. Hopefully I'm not speaking too soon though.
like you guys being in that place and doing that, it's just nice to see, and I love it for, you know, my nieces and nephew.
Yeah.
So now, fuck,
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Now,
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to end the
now to Katherine's post on Instagram. Let's talk about it. Let's get right to it.
Let me get up real quick.
What are you doing?
When things could get messy.
We're talking about the picture on Instagram,
When things
Does he have leather? Is he wearing leather pants, bro?
and they really need to know this. This is part of the breakup category. So Katherine had recently uploaded an image on Instagram of her and her new man. Right? There's her new man, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what was that like for you? People have a whole lot of questions. People want to know, who is this guy? Do you know this guy? How long has this guy been in the picture?
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So don't get away from it.
I get it.
Don't get away from it.
Let me get situated, man.
How about let's just start with boom, Instagram picture is uploaded. What happened?
You want to know, like,
Where were you when
truth?
Where were you when?
want my honest answer?
Just where? First of all, where were you?
Yeah,
Where were
no
you when
shit,
the picture was uploaded
dude.
and you saw it?
I was with my kids at Sky Zone. Okay.
And were you aware that this picture was going to be uploaded?
I was not.
Okay.
But I will say, there was a lot going through my head. It's a lot. Sorry, guys, if you hear the damn dog barking. That's one thing about doing a podcast outside. We got some noises going on. But I was at Sky Zone. There was a lot going through my head when I seen it, because I was playing with the kids. I was going down the slide.
shocked?
Bro, I was going down the slide, right? I was going down the slides, like, wee, my kids and shit, playing around. Then I was uploading content on Snap as I was playing. And then since her and I follow each other on Snapchat, you see like
The bubble.
the bubble of people posting new content. I look and I'm like, is that who I think it is? She did it. She finally did it. She finally did it. There was a few things that were going through my head, right? One was she finally did it.
Which
When I say finally,
finally did it means that you knew that something could be posted at any time, basically.
correct. I knew of him
How
way
long?
before anybody else knew about
For
him.
how long?
We're not gonna speak about the timeline because the timeline's a timeline, right? But what I will say is, people on the internet think when news breaks or when they find out, I find out. But the truth is, I already knew about him, and I've already met him a few times. Good guy, seems like a great guy, and has a lot of respect for me, which I appreciate. Every time I see him, he shakes my hand. We acknowledge each other, which is very important because, you know, he is someone who is around my kids.
Which is very serious.
Yep, and you know, I have daughters as well. You know, bringing another man around my daughters is tough for me, but I'm trusting
Her judgment.
Katherine's judgment on, you know, bringing in the right person that can be around our kids. So I let her have that. That's not my place to speak on. Another reaction I had was, and I said, when I mean finally,
Dude, why am I surprised he's acting like a grown adult, bro? Dude, he's acting like a grown adult, bro. Congratulations, dude. I mean, honestly, you have to, man. If you have kids, you want to co-parent, you have to. You have to, bro. And yeah, I thought I'd never say this, but I commend Austin, bro. Shout out Austin for this. Only for this. For being a grown-ass adult about shit.
I mean, finally in a way of like, now I feel like I'm set free from the internet. Because ever since our separation, everyone kept saying how I was obsessed with her, how I won't leave her alone, how I want her back. And so once she posted that, now it gives me freedom to
post whatever you want.
post whatever I want.
Even though when you do post something, the hate still gonna come no matter what.
No, because I would really hope from you guys that
You can hope all
I
you
get,
want.
I get as much love and support that she has been getting, and I'm very, you know, happy that you guys.
He ain't gonna get the love and support. Let me just say that. He ain't gonna get the love and support. And also, didn't he already post like a few? I think there was a girl that he went to the fair with. Didn't he already post that? Like, bro, weren't you already in a relationship before, Katherine? Like, we already knew this about you, dog.
supporting her, and that's what she deserves. But I also hope when I find somebody that makes me happy, you guys are happy for me as well. That's what I hope one day. So again,
Nope.
finally in that terms, right, of her finally being able to do it, which ultimately was going to set me free. And then also, second, extremely happy for her, and extremely happy for him, right? Because that's a big deal for all parties involved, for me, for her, and for him. You know, now he's involved in a lot that went on, you know, previously before him, and that's tough. That's not easy to do. You know what I mean? So now he has to deal with, you know, people not knowing him and giving their opinions about him.
And that's a whole thing on its own.
That's a whole thing about its own. So again, I was really, really happy for her that she found someone that she can connect with on her level. Sorry guys, I got all this hair
You
from
getting
this.
hot flashes?
Nah, he's crying,
Cold as
bro.
hell.
That's a lot for me right now. No,
You get
but
emotional?
chill. So again, finally, I was extremely happy for her, and I appreciate, you know, everyone's support for her. That was like my three biggest things. Was like, you know, I really hope that people can support her through this process because we're both going through something new together. You know what I mean? Like, she's, you know, she has a new man. I'm still trying to figure out me, and you know, trying to find my happiness and everything else. So yeah, so that's really like my reaction to the whole thing. I already knew about it. You know, people were wanting me to be messy, but I already been on. He's been in my house. I've been over there, obviously.
You've been over here? He's been over here?
I've been over here. He's been over here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been over here.
I didn't know. I met him once.
Huh?
I met him once.
You met him?
But we didn't say anything. I went to pick up Solene from hanging out at Catherine's house with her cousins. She was there for a little bit, and I noticed that he was there.
Yeah.
And I saw him because I know kind of what he looked like.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be weird, and I didn't want. You know, I didn't want Katherine to feel like I was being that brother that's like protective and shit. And kind of being like, who's this dude? Like, get around my niece and nephew. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't want her to feel like I was being weird or just like super like, you know, kind of like, oh, that was so, I gotta give a hug and lap, whatever. But from the energy, he did look up, and when everybody like waved by, he waved by and stuff like that. Is he foreign or something? Does he speak English?
I think he's learning. I don't know like much like personal shit about him other than like what the internet has dug up.
Oh, okay. But they do look like they match each other's energy.
Yeah, 100%.
For sure.
And like I said, you guys know more than me. The internet is better than private investigators. I'll tell you that because
Have they already been finding all type of shit?
They've been digging up all type of shit. And I'm like,
found his whole fucking eighth grade and shit. That shit's crazy, bro. But that's why I like back to how it's tough and that for Katherine, you know, you're in that position when how I was with Sophia, where I was almost scared to put Sophia on social media because I did not want that to taint the relationship. And you know how easy it is.
Is Sophia his new girlfriend? I'm assuming, right? That's the new girlfriend. Dude, look at him. Look at him, bro.
It comes into play.
Yeah,
that's why everyone's like, I keep my relationship in the dark so I can have peace. Like, you know what I'm saying? Which is really valid.
Yeah.
Because if it's not in the light, you'll be so much more peaceful with everybody in your space.
I
you know what I'm saying?
I thought that when she posted him, I didn't think that she was gonna do it in the way that she did it. I thought it was gonna be like more low key, or I thought maybe she was gonna keep it private. But I think because, you know, they've been around each other for so long that someone else.
What do you mean by that?
That someone else.
No. What you mean by they've been around each other for so long?
No, I'm saying since they've been having a relationship that I thought.
You said so long.
Okay, this fool's being messy. Landon's being messy. We all know they've been together since like February, dude, and knew each other possibly since dude. When did we say last year? We talked about this. When was it? What, last year?
Let me finish.
Okay.
I gotta get these hairs, bro. We can't be having these blankets around.
This production is crazy.
Damn. But I felt, or she probably felt that someone else was gonna like leak her own news, and that would have been a good feeling. You know what I mean?
She wanted to control.
Yeah, 100%. So again, I respect her in the way that she did it because she just went head on first.
Yeah.
And I know I wouldn't have the balls to do that. Like I know moving forward,
You don't have any balls, dude.
anybody that I'm with or talking to, that I'm gonna keep it private, and that's just my decision. I don't need no.
So you're never.
I don't need no outside voices.
So,
You get it?
so you're never gonna be on social media again with a couple with anybody.
As of right now, no.
Never say never.
I won't
dude.
share that with anybody. Obviously, people will see me, you know, hang out with the opposite gender, right? Like, I think I'm allowed to.
So you think you'll get leaked for going on dates and shit?
Yeah, I think I'm allowed to have friends at this point. I hope you guys would at least allow me to have friends and to, you know, date.
You're a grown man. You should definitely be able to do that.
I appreciate that, but I just hope from you guys that you can give me that same respect and that support that you've been giving Katherine. I think that's really important for anybody trying to move on and trying to be happy too. Like, just as much as she deserves to be happy.
Do y'all really think people are gonna give him the same support that they give Katherine? I don't think so, dude. Let's just be honest. I don't think so.
I deserve to be happy.
You do, and I'm very happy for Katherine. Katherine, I'm very happy for you, and just know that even, you know, I'm so happy that you guys have a great relationship. You guys are cordial, but even if you weren't fucking with this guy for whatever reason, I still would have so much love and respect for you because you mothering my nieces and my nephew and you being a part of my life and a part of our family for years. I always have love and respect for you, and I'm very happy for you and your new relationship, and I'm happy that you two guys have a great relationship for the kids.
Yeah, and I'm sure, like, moving forward, I'm sure that we're gonna all, you know, hopefully be able to hang out just like, you know, our mom and dad does. You know, like I want her to feel comfortable enough where she can bring him around, and it's not gonna feel weird, or I'm not gonna judge her, or whatever she may feel. And like, I hope we can just all get together and be cool. Like, there's no animosity. Like, you know, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? There's no reason for us to be bitter about it or be mad at each other. Like,
So the real tea is that there's not that much tea right there. It's just normal life of people moving on, families becoming
I will
different.
say one thing, though, that is tough for me is that, you know, and again, it's just my own opinion. You know, everyone else in the world wants to give their own opinion. But for me, because I do have 3 kids involved and I have 2 daughters, that is just important. It's important to me to know that, like, he's safe. You know what I mean? Like, he's a safe person for my kids to be around.
Every parent should agree and know that's valid.
Yeah. Like, if he's going to be, you know, around my kids as much as he is, I'm praying, I'm hoping that he loves my kids like his own. I don't think he has kids. So I don't see a reason why he wouldn't.
All right,
I don't want to sit down and have that talk with him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to sit there and, you know, be a asshole for no reason. I don't want to sit down and be like, listen, bro, like, my kids are my life, and if anything happens, like, it won't be good for you. Like, I don't want to have that conversation, and I hope I never will. But that does cross my mind, bro. Like, that does cross my mind. You know what I mean? Because, again, my kids are my life, bro. Like, I can cry right now.
Don't do it.
Like, I can cry because
I am
where I am.
He's
crying,
crying, dude.
And yeah, I would lose my mind if something were to happen to them in any capacity. So again,
okay, girl, show me the tears.
Well, since the tears are coming, it's time to clap it up for our first episode on the.
All right, yeah, this episode was shit though. Hey, there you go, there you have it. I knew this was gonna happen, yo. I knew this was gonna happen. I told you guys 2 weeks ago he's gonna go on this podcast. He's talking all this mess on Snap, but go on this podcast and basically, you know, give it up to Katherine, give it up for her, you know, being a great mom, doing all that, you know. So psychic that one, yes, but I mean, I'm surprised. I'm surprised he was grown about it, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. He was being a grown adult about this. So I mean, shout out Austin, I guess. Fake ass tears though. Fake ass tears. I'm just kidding. I don't know, bro. Is it just me? I think I might be his biggest hater, dude. I might be his biggest hater. I just don't. All the stuff he's been through these years on social media, dude, it's just like, bro, you're wild, dude. You're wild. El pollo.